Hi guys, welcome to Milgat Farms. Thanks for taking time to watch our videos. Today is maybe an unusual video. We're working on our septic tank at our B&B located in Augusta, or West Augusta, Virginia. It's a house in the trees. I'll give you a little video on that in just a moment. But what we have is an engineered system and we're getting ready to work on it. So stick around, watch what we're doing. That's a pretty neat system. It's been with us for a long time. So check it out. Guys, an engineered system is one where it's a little different than conventional in that an engineer, obviously, has designed the system to clean the water and sort of pre-clean everything before it's pumped in the ground. In a traditional type system, you have a main box and then you may have a second tank that will send the effluent water or the gray water out into a bunch of laterals, and then it's absorbed by the soil and everything's good. In our case, we only have about an inch of soil here at the cabin, and as a result, traditional systems just simply won't work. So we had to have an engineered system. Whenever you hear the word engineered system, you can automatically think lots of money. Okay, they are expensive, no doubt, but they really work well. And in this case, we have two tanks. Let me see, I can show you one of our tanks. You might see those little PVC things. That's our first tank right there. And then our second tank is right where I was sitting. And this is the opening for it. Over there on the first tank is a blower unit. And down inside that first tank is some media where the bacteria begins eating all the stuff, right? And once that stuff has been eaten, then the clean water or the gray water comes over to this tank right here, and through a series of pumps is sent up that way and goes uphill and then goes through a bunch of loops where it comes back down to the same a return line and back into this tank. So it's on a cycle or a timer so that the pump will run, sends the water upstream, the soil absorbs what it can. What it can't, it sends it back down, and then it sends it back up again. This is the system itself. What you see is a little red alarm sign that whenever the tank fills up or you have a problem, that alarm goes off and it makes a loud noise. And that's what we had going on. Inside the box are the controls for it. This is a waterproof box. And these controls do several things. They handle the blower motor, which again, sitting right there, it's a turbine blower motor. They last about 5 to 7 years. And then it also controls the timing of the pump that's down in there. Which if you look right here, that's our old pump. Okay? So we took our old pump out and put our new pump in. Let me show you how we did it. You pull the top off somehow, it comes right off. And now what we're looking at in here, all right, you can hear the water moving. On the bottom of that PVC pipe is a pump, just like the old one. Actually, it's the same make and model too. This is a Stay Right. There's the model number. 1/2 horsepower pump. Okay, now what made this project exceptionally challenging for me was we had to do this change out in between guests. And not only did we do the change out in between guests, we also had the HVC problem and had to bring an HVC technician in, which happened to be my cousin from Richmond, about 2+ hours away. He was willing to come here to fix that or take a look at it, clean the cabin, fix the AC, and fix the system. We were able to do it in that amount of time. It was kind of stressful. And this is the inside of that big tank. And that water that's down in there, it doesn't smell the best, but it's not the gray water that you would think that would be in a regular septic system. That water's pretty darn clean, which is neat. So the way we did it was this. there's a union right here. We disconnected that union and that fell down. Actually didn't fall, we held it. And then we pulled it out. And at the bottom of it is the pump. We had to screw the pump back on. The challenge came when we had to run the electrical wire through there, fish it up through this into the control panel. That was a very difficult process. What we ended up doing was taking the wire from the old pump down inside of here in this area, and we cut it, stripped it back, tied our pump from our wire from our new pump onto that wire. We wrapped tape around it, and what we did was we pushed from this angle and we pulled from right there. It's that red, white, and black wire right there. Once we did that, we were able to get it up inside of here. Then we put well, I couldn't say we put everything back together because the challenge also came that I didn't have the right tool to take this apart. All right, you see that right there? That was a piece of PVC that was screwed to it, and I didn't have a tool to do it. So we had a little improvisation, or we improvised. We overcame that little hurdle, and we're able to get it connected, drop it back down inside, reconnect our union here, which is just simply by hand, connected our wires inside here, and we ran a test on the pump by doing, we went to off, we turned it on, and if you listen, that pump is now pumping the effluent uphill, or upstream if you will. And it'll continue to do that until it all runs out. Or, because it's on hand or manual, if we go back to auto, we turn it off, and it'll go back into its automatic mode, so the next time that the system says send it, that pump's going to do exactly what it did. We have 41,000 hours. Let's see if you can see this, guys. We got 41,000 hours on this system. And I got to tell you guys, the system works really well. Until, of course, it breaks, then it obviously doesn't work. But it does work very well, and I've enjoyed the system. We'll do another one if we have to. But if you could ever go conventional, a whole lot less expensive, let me tell you. But if you ever have to do one of these systems, you get a good engineer to install it or to design it. Find a great local guy to install it, because that's the key in this whole game. And then, put it in and go for it. It's a great system. So let me show you a little bit about our cabin. I'll walk you around. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that while I was fixing this, I dropped my reading glasses in the tank. Ooh, haven't found them yet, but eventually I hope to get them. We'll just see. So we're gonna walk over, I'm gonna show you what the house looks like. Here's our house, guys. That's my truck. But here's the house. It's a pedestal style home. I'll walk up a few stairs to get in. It's about 20 some feet off the back of the house. And not more than 10 to 15 meters beyond the house, drops straight down. So right here on a finger, and we overlook just a sea of trees. And I'll see if I can walk up a little bit and show you some of what the view looks like. What I'm going to do, guys, in the description below is provide a link to our other video that showcases the house or shows what the house is like. That way you can see a much better version of it than what I'm doing right now. Guys, we're actually waiting on our next guest. We're not waiting, but the house is prepared for our next guest. And we're gonna go ahead and take off now. But we'll leave a link in the description so you can see what it looks like. I don't know where that's gonna be, but it'll definitely be in the description, or one of those little things that kind of pop out right here around my head. Okay? Thanks for taking time to watch our video today. We really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing here, always give us that thumbs up and share it with a friend. We especially like your comments. Tim Peterson, we really appreciate you sharing your comments on the deck build. That was really cool. Thanks again for taking time, guys. God bless you.